Hi, my name is Erin and I am a clinical herbalist from florinella.com. Today I want to show you how to make a very basic fire cider recipe. Fire cider is an herbal remedy that was originally made popular by the herbalist Rosemary Gladstar, and it's a very customizable recipe, so you can use the herbs you have on hand depending on what season you're in. But the basic premise of it is that you want to make something that's going to be really fiery and spicy and circulation boosting and immune supportive for the cold and flu season. And then throughout the cold and flu season, you can take a teaspoon to a tablespoon of it at a time, dilute it in some water or juice, or you could even use it to make homemade salad dressings. The basic recipe calls for 1 onion. I'm using a red onion here that has been chopped, and I like working with the red onion because it turns the fire cider a really pretty color in the end, but you could also use a yellow or a white onion. You'll also need a full head of peeled garlic cloves, 1 chopped peeled horseradish root. Horseradish root is very pungent, so you ideally would want to chop this last and get it into your vinegar pretty quickly so that you can keep your whole house from smelling like mustard gas. The next thing you want to add is some chopped peeled ginger root. I like to use about a hand-sized piece of ginger root in mine. You also want about a hand size of chopped peeled turmeric root. Turmeric and ginger work really well together at relieving inflammation, so I like to pair them together in this fire cider recipe. You could also put a little pinch of black pepper in here. Black pepper contains a constituent called piperine that helps to enhance the absorption of the curcumin in turmeric. So it just kind of helps it work a little bit better. Next, you're going to add 1 whole lemon that has been sliced. I leave the peel on mine. And lastly, you're going to want to add 2 sliced peppers. I'm using jalapeños here with the seeds still in. You could also use cayenne peppers if you have any of those left over from your garden, or if you could use dried cayenne peppers. You could use red pepper flakes with the seeds still in, or you could even use a little bit of cayenne pepper that has been dried. This just adds a little bit of extra heat to help boost circulation, and the capsaicin in peppers can also help address some pain and boost circulation as well. I'm using a half-gallon sized glass jar for this recipe that will fit all of the ingredients we've used so far, and it will also accommodate a quart of raw apple cider vinegar. So you want to just pour that over everything. And at this point, you want to refrigerate this for a couple of weeks. You can use these plastic lids that you can buy to go with these canning jars if you want to. You could also use a metal lid. If you do use a metal lid, you'll want to put something between the top of your lid and the top of your jar, because the vinegar will corrode or cause your lid to rust if it comes into contact with the lid. So you can use a piece of waxed paper, a piece of waxed linen or cotton that you've made or purchased, or anything like that to just provide a bit of a barrier. After a couple of weeks, you can taste it to see if it's as strong as you would like it. If it is as strong as you want it, you can then strain out the plant material, use that to make something else if you want to, or you can send it to the compost, and then add honey to taste, just to sweeten this up a little bit. And then you would take this, a teaspoon to a tablespoon at a time, in some diluted water or juice daily throughout the cold and flu season to help support circulation and your immune system. I hope you enjoyed making fire cider with me today, and I'll see you in the next video.